17, we are inside NRG Stadium in Houston. Today, week 12 of the NFL season is upon us, and we've got a good one in store, as it'll be the Jacksonville Jaguars taking on the Houston Texans. The final playoff push is upon us. It's week 12 of the NFL season, and we're underway on EA Sports. No run back here on the opening kickoff as we'll start at the 25. They'll start on the ground. Etienne. There he goes, left side. Now he's loose down the left sideline. And finally marked down at the 23. A big play there on the first play of the game. 52 yards. Well, welcome to the party. First carry of the game. How about that?
And just think, as far as he's concerned, he's just getting warmed up.
So barely time to catch our breath. Here's 1st and 10 just outside the red zone. Another toe for Etienne. Brought down at the 20. Well, this defense for the Texans, they were excellent a week ago in the victory over Arizona.
Yeah, and what stood out to me on tape, the way they were flying to the football. So that tells me that they've got all their assignments down, and they're playing with extreme confidence.
Now Lawrence. Eluding the pressure right. Touchdown Jaguars. Evan Ingram, his 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Jaguars need just 3 plays to go down and take the early lead. 3 plays already in the end zone. That was quick.
We always talk about offenses understanding what they want to do before they go into a game, and they practice it. They have their script and the plays they want to open with. But defenses aren't just reactive. They have their own ideas as well. These ideas didn't get implemented very well. 3 plays and a touchdown already scored against them.
After the touchdown, Cook now to kick this one away. Here's takedown to return it from his end zone. And the decision to bring it out, not a good one, as he's tackled at the 15.
Ready?
Here's Joe Mixon as they start on the ground. 3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down. Well, these two teams, you might recall, met up back in September in week 3. And it was the visiting Texans who came away with a victory. So they'll look to take the season series if they can win here in Houston. Here's 2nd and 7. Back to throw. Here's Stroud. And his throw's going to be incomplete.
I like the calmness of how he played the ball here. No panic in his eyes as that throw arrived. Tracked it from the moment it left the quarterback's hand, and that's just where he needed to be to knock it away.
They head to the line facing a 3rd and 7 following the incompletion on 2nd down. Throwing now is Stroud. That is caught. And he is going to have the Texans 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. The Texans at 9-1 on the year. Well, they've been flawless these last couple months, winners of 9 in a row.
And let's give them a ton of credit because in a league that's built on any given Sunday, any team.
And the Jags get to him as down he goes. Josh Allen in there to drop him for his 11th sack of the year. And, Charles, part of the reason they lost last week, they didn't have a single sack. Well, they changed that quickly.
But did they ever? And it was something they talked about with us extensively. They needed to get pressure. How were they going to get to the quarterback? Obviously, they schemed themselves into a great play, didn't they?
Buffalo 18.
Throwing on 2nd and long. Stroud over the middle. He gets it to Collins. And he's brought down at the 24 after a gain of 4. You look at this Jaguar defense. They come in a top 10 unit against the pass, currently 8th in the NFL.
Yeah, defending the pass hasn't been an issue for them. It's been stopping the run. And if they don't stop the run, they can't get back to their strength, which is guarding against the air attack.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. He's got it complete to Stephon Diggs. And a pretty nice tackle there, ranging up from his free safety spot as he'll stop him about a yard short. How about this? They'll change it at the line. They run for it with Mixon. And he's not going to get there. Might have even lost a yard. Boy, a curious decision to go for it. Doesn't pan out. And that will force a turnover on downs.
Hey, run. Easy, 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 easy.
On 1st and 10, it's ETN. Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9.
No doubt about it. A really nice job there by the defense, not allowing him to get to the perimeter. But that means your defensive ends, your outside linebackers, the guys that you pay big money to sack the quarterback, they also have to have interest in the running game as well. And they did a nice job there of holding the point of attack and not giving ground. Now Lawrence to throw on 2nd down. A short throw to Ingram.
And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. He had the touchdown earlier. This one's going to get him a first down.
Well, as a coach, you absolutely love seeing your offense find their rhythm early, and that's exactly what we've seen so far. They had a touchdown on their opening drive, and now they connect here for another nice gain for a first down. This offense is moving the ball well, exactly as he drew it up in practice.
Straight ahead, ETN. 62 yards rushing for him as he's got the afternoon off to a great start.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
From the 17, here's 2nd and 4. And they'll go again with ETN. And stopped a few yards shy of the goal line at the 3. A nice pickup of 14, and it moves the stick, sets up a 1st and goal. One thing's for sure, this defense has to figure out how to stop the ground game. He's eating them up here in the first quarter.
It looks like they have to go to different forces, aren't they? The conventional things aren't working too well. So I remember a coach of mine saying way back when a back's having a great game, you've got to get the ball out of his hands. See how far he can run without the ball. And what he meant was takeaways, knock it loose, because maybe you can't just stop him with just regular tackling.
No gain on the play that time, and it sets up 2nd and goal. But keep in mind, if you're thinking of staying on the ground, this is a top 5 rush defense.
Yeah, but I don't think you shy away totally with the run. At least show them the hint of a run before you decide to throw the football.
They'll go again from the 3 here on 2nd and goal. A snap to Lawrence as he taps this forward. And just a short gain that time as they're able to get him down.
That's a nice job there defensively, being able to diagnose that little touch pass. They saw it coming, converged on him before he could get much out of it.
What a stand this would be if they can get the stop here. 3rd and goal. ETN will get it into the end zone for a Jaguar touchdown.
Well, he'd been the workhorse on this drive, and it would have been unfair to bring someone else in to finish the job. So they go back to him again, and he delivers with a touchdown run.
Patterson now for the extra point. And it's good, and they have jumped out here to a quick 14-0 first quarter lead. After the touchdown, Cook now to kick this one away. And he'll elect not to return this one, so they'll bring it out to the 25 on the touchback.
Let's go now.
Houston's offense already at the line, set to get going. They find themselves in a good-sized hole here, and a good-sized hole early on in this game as they come up on first down. And he's going to be out of bounds right at midfield. 25 yards the pickup there, and also a first down.
How about our reigning AFC Player of the Week, hot-footing it into the secondary on that run?
Yeah, nice long run. That's what got him the award a week ago. Maybe he's trying for 2 in a row here this week.
Ready.
Stroud sets up the play action. He'll buy some time right. And he'll go down inside the 45 before going out of bounds. The improv on the scramble there gets him 6, and it'll be second down.
I did like his decision-making there to make sure they picked up something instead of forcing a throw. Now they've got more manageable play coming up to try and pick up the first down. And don't rule out the possibility that he just keeps it and runs again.
14-0 the score. This is the NFL on EA Sports. Line of scrimmage, the 43 on 2nd and 4.
19 tight. 19 tight.
And Stroud now to throw. Got a man. It's Collins complete. And he's going to have another first down as the tackle's made at the Jaguars' 33. Stroud looking to change the play. They'll look to throw here on first down. And his throw is incomplete.
It sort of looks like they still have some fight in them on this series because it seemed like things were headed for the red zone. But if this defense gets 2 more stops, they can keep them out of that area.
2nd and 10. Now a turn and a give to Mixon. And a good-looking run there as he'll take this inside the 20 and down to the 18-yard line. 42 yards rushing for him now. He's only carried the ball 4 times. So from inside the 20, here's 1st and 10 at the 18. And they'll go play action here with Stroud. And that is caught. Touchdown, Texans. Stephon Diggs. An 18-yard touchdown grab. And the Texans have cut it back within a score. Extra point by Fairbairn, up and good. And that'll make our score 14-7. So after the touchdown, here's Fairbairn now to kick it away. And he won't return this one. He'll go down to a knee, and they'll start at the 25. Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. And they are back down to 500 following the loss last week. Consistency has been a real issue for them so far.
Brandon, you almost don't know what team is going to show up every week. I mean, there's no consistency with this ball club at all, and if we feel that way, I know it frustrates the coaching staff, and it also has to frustrate the key leaders in the locker room. They got to figure out how to get coordinated.
Looking to throw, Lawrence. And his pass incomplete.
Well, you most certainly don't want to go 3 and out here and give the football right back because your friend, Old Momentum, He's wondering if he should change sidelines about right now. And if you don't convert here, guess what? He's going to make the trek to the opposite side, and all of a sudden, you've got a battle on your hands.
So the failure to connect on second down, that leaves them staring up here at a 3rd and 8. Lawrence. Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And he will have a Jaguars first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
That's a play that will likely be forgotten when you talk about big moments in this game. But plays like this are critical to keep drives going. And if points result, we'll call this play significant.
A shotgun snap and a give to ETN. And give him about 5 as he gets this up to the 48-yard line.
That's a really nice, tough run inside, and they gained 5 yards on it. And to be frank about it, most offenses don't expect to get 5 yards on a play call like that. So when they do, they go back to their huddle with a little pep in their steps. They're starting to think that they're starting to dominate the line of scrimmage.
Lawrence now off the bootleg, rolling to his right. He throws it on the move, but can't connect as that falls incomplete.
I think he could have scanned downfield forever, but there wasn't anything available. Ends up throwing an incompletion, and I think he'll take that.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Now Lawrence to throw. And that is incomplete.
That could be the stop this defense needed to get them back on track. They've been pretty well dissected by the offense here in the first half. After that possession, now they know that they can compete with this offense.
On 4th down, on is Logan Cook to punt. This is away and a very good kick angled for the sidelines.
Let's go old school there. That's absolutely a great coffin corner punt. Someone's put some time in working on that, hasn't it?
Seems like every year these guys get better and better. It's amazing how they can command that football through the air.
Yeah, they used to actually practice with hula hoops where they place them and try and put them there. Now a lot of guys use barrels on the sidelines to try and put the football in one.
The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. Stroud now on 1st and 10. They'll set up the screen here to Mixon. And they work this out past the 25. An ideal beginning of the drive there as they'll get 20 and a first down. Mixon will try the right side. And this will be a Texans first down as he's able to get this up to the 37-yard line.
A good run there off right tackle in an old-school NFL football. The right side of the offensive line, often known as the nasty side. The left side, usually the technical side. Kind of reminds me of the old Atlanta Falcons 2009-2010. That's how they constructed their offensive line.
Throwing on first down, but this one winds up to be incomplete.
They went with a dime look on defense. 2 extra defensive backs on the field and covered up essentially every blade of grass. That allowed them to disrupt the play.
Here's 2nd and 10. From the gun, a give to Mixon. That's a good acceleration there as he's across midfield to the 48-yard line. 68 yards rushing for him as he has been tough to stop here this first half. So in Jacksonville territory now. Here's a 1st and 10 at the 48-yard line. Stroud off the play fake. And now this one may draw a penalty. He just blindly threw that one to the sideline. And, yep, indeed, the flag is out.
Ready?
They lose the yardage, and, of course, they also lose the down on the grounding call, and it's quickly 2nd and long. Play action. Here's Stroud. Diggs crossing the field and bringing it in. And he gets us to the other side of midfield across the 45 before going out.
They hit that crossing route really well. Excellent timing, puts it right on him, and he keeps running.
Yeah, turned it upfield for good yardage. Stroud looking to throw. He had a man open, but he missed him, and it's incomplete.
Whether that's a little grabbing, a little hand fighting, by any means necessary on 3rd down, he was able to get the job done in the secondary and swat that one away.
So on trots the field goal unit, and wow, this is going to be a challenge here. Now the Texans will burn the first of their timeouts. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this 2nd quarter.
Here we go.
And no move to get the offense off the field. They're going on 4th and 5.
Come 19. Come 19.
Stroud working out of the gun. Looking for Diggs, and it's intercepted. And the Jags will have solid field position here as they take over at their 45-yard line. They brought the house that time on the young rookie, maybe a little rattled through the pick.
And you have to be prepared for a lot of pressure as a rookie quarterback because most defensive coordinators are going to test you that way. So when you see that, the ball's got to get out of your hands quickly, and that means your receivers have to understand they have to break off their routes quickly as well.
We've hit the 2-minute mark in the 2nd quarter, 14-7. This 2nd and 4.
Sink right. Hey, I'm gun.
From the gun, it's Lawrence. And he's going to go down. The Texans come at him and able to bring him to the ground. Will Anderson. Give him the credit for the sack and a loss of 14 yards. So now after the sack of Lawrence, the Jags looking at a 3rd and long.
Hey, chill. 11, hang it.
They just do get the playoff as he'll look to throw. That's caught by Gabriel Davis. Now the Texans will use one of their 2 remaining timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next.
One hallmark of good defenses is understanding the game, understanding positioning, and tackling immediately in the secondary after catches. I think we just saw that on display right there.
Got to him before he ever had a chance to think about turning it upfield. Cook now on to punt as he gets this one away. And this will be out of bounds at the what here? The 12-yard line. Houston's offense already at the line, set to get going. Charles, we'll see what they can do here. Not a ton of time left, but enough certainly to get points out of this drive, and they need them right now because they're trailing.
Yeah.
Oh, and his early struggles continue. Here's another one intercepted. Picked off by Tyson Campbell. And a terrific return there. They're finally able to corral him down near the 11-yard line.
A tough adjustment to the NFL throughout his rookie season, and his problem with turnovers is only exacerbated by his early showing today. That's a couple for him here in this first half, and he's cleared the double-digit mark for the entire season.
Now a 1st and 10 at the 11. Now Lawrence. They'll roll him out right. And he's left with no option here but to throw it away.
And to put it mildly, this is a tough spot defensively. They have to come right back out and defend their red zone. But how about that good first step towards forcing them to settle for at least 3 points? I think they're also thinking bigger right now. Imagine being able to stop them totally and change the momentum.
And he's going to be brought down just shy of the 5 at the 6.
That second down play call was not to pick up the first down. It was to accomplish what they did, to get them into a manageable third down, because they had incompletion on first down, so they were behind the sticks, so to speak. They needed to make up some ground, and they did.
They had great starting position to begin the drive, but now they look up at a 3rd and 5.
Hey, kill!
Etienne once more. And he takes it in. Touchdown, Jacksonville. Travis Etienne, as the first half is winding down. And the Jaguars would extend their lead here just before halftime. So the rushing touchdowns continue to stack up, CD. That now 15 for him on the year.
And give him a ton of credit for staying healthy, being a smart runner, and is showing just how important he's been to his team. He's got to be their MVP at this point in the season, and those votes may have been turned into league MVP votes when it's all said and done.
They'll elect to bring it out here from the end zone. The lane opens here. He's past the 30. It's a foot race. And they finally got to him at the 2-yard line. Almost coast to coast. What a great return. They'll be set up beautifully.
All right, let's give credit where credit is due. How about that return? Great blocking, great vision, all the way down to the 2-yard line. The only person who has to be upset, the guy who didn't get it into the end zone. That far and no reward?
Final play of the half. Stroud. Touchdown, Texans. Stephon Diggs. As time expires in the first half. And the Texans get a late touchdown here on the final play of the first half. So on this drive, the rookie leads him into the end zone, Charles, and that helps cancel out the points that were created on the previous drive when he threw the interception.
Yeah, let's give some credit to this rookie, because instead of hanging his head after his mistake leads to a touchdown, he comes back out and he's firing and made up for it right there. A well-executed series that helps reestablish some confidence in him to run this offense.
Fairbairn good with the extra point, and they're back within a touchdown at 21-14. So we have reached halftime with a touchdown. That's the difference on the scoreboard. As we'll get you over to Orlando, where standing by is Jonathan Coachman. He has our EA Sports halftime report. And we welcome you back live now inside the booth alongside Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin, set and ready to rock for the third quarter. The Texans down on the scoreboard, but they do get the first crack here as we are back underway in the second half. And here comes a return from just beyond the goal line. And they'll get him down right at the 25-yard line, so the same result, and he opted for the touchback.
Let's go now.
The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. Well, Charles, in that first half, we saw a fair amount of offense on both sides of the football, and now the team trailing here will start with it in the third quarter.
And we both know this coach pretty darn well, don't we? Because his game plan...
Left sideline, a dime, and it looks like he's got it. Fresh out of the locker room, they hit him with a gain of over 20. A big hitter to start the drive has him up near midfield here for 1st and 10. Out of the shotgun, they run with Mixon. And great blocking downfield as he's got this almost to the 35-yard line. 85 yards for him on the ground now as he has been terrific here this afternoon. So they go pass, now they go run, and 2 plays resulting in really nice pickups.
Certainly sounds like a 50-50 deal, doesn't it? Sounds like great balance. Well, you know what all those coaches have told us over the years, Brandon, that balance is? It means doing what you want to, when you want to. That play calling is working very well for them right now. They went right back to him, but he pretty much had nowhere to go on that play.
Now, the previous carry looked pretty good. That one, maybe he was a little tired. I don't know.
Yeah, maybe he should have tapped out and had a second back come in and maybe make that run. Who knows?
Flushed out right. And he gets it down a yard or 2 shy of the 30 before he's out of bounds. They'll wind up with positive yardage. It's a gain of 3, but now it's 3rd down.
Up
partner just a second earlier, and they might have had him because they certainly thought they were going to close in and drop him behind the line of scrimmage, but he had just enough time to dodge the pressure, and he ends up getting yardage before being stopped.
Here is 3rd and 5.
70, 18, Rattler, 18.
A shotgun snap to Stroud. He's going to get that to his running back out of the backfield. And he is going to have the Texans first down as he's able to get 8 yards there on 3rd and 5.
I'm not sure that was necessarily a safety valve or a check down throw on 3rd down. Sometimes just try and find the open guy and get him the ball.
He did exactly that and found a way to pick up a first down.
Pressure applied, and he's going to be taken down. They sack him back at the 33-yard line. It'll be a loss of 10, and it'll bring up 2nd. Play action. Stroud now. He's got it complete to Diggs, right side. And he's able to get it to the edge of the red zone at the 20-yard line. A good pickup there, 13 yards as they get closer for 3rd down.
The goal for any offense versus a zone defense, find the holes where guys are available and put the ball on the receiver before any defender can step up and fill it.
They did it well there. Perfectly executed crossing route. They intercept Stroud again, the 3rd time in this game. Trey Flowers picks it, and the Jaguars are going to take over here at their own 22-yard line. So it was a drive that had real promise here to begin the 3rd quarter, but ultimately derailed by the INT.
And that was the position you wanted to be in, coming out to start this 3rd quarter, get a nice drive going, looking for the end zone. Possibly got a little bit too greedy right there.
The Jacksonville offense set to begin their next drive. And their defense just helped them out by getting the football back on the opening drive here in the 2nd half. And now can the offense follow through with points on their first possession?
And that's a big one for them because after the work the defense has done, they've got a chance here to open up this lead.
But not much on that run, Charles.
No, that's exactly the way to execute a run blitz there. They guessed correctly that they would move the ball on the ground, honed in on it, and stopped them. Mark that down for a win in the defense's column.
From the 23, here's the 2nd and 9.
Let's go.
Here's Lawrence. And that is going to be incomplete as he led him a bit too much. He shook his head right when he released that throw. He knew it was going to be a little off target.
Yeah, the excitement got him on that one. Wasn't able to control the fact the receiver was open, and it would have been an easy throw.
After an incomplete pass on 2nd down, that'll leave him trying to convert on 3rd and 9. Lawrence will throw. Flush to his right. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete. So it doesn't look like they're going to be able to build off the turnover.
Well, the defense certainly did its part. It got him the football. But you're exactly right. It looks like they're going to have to punt this one away. And it's not a turnover, but doesn't it feel like one after grabbing the momentum with the defensive play?
Yeah, and they had all that momentum after getting the football, and now zapped right back in the other direction. He gets this away. It's a good one, drawing toward the sidelines. There, this punt will go out of bounds. I think it'll be inside the 25, and it will. Right at the 24-yard line is where they'll spot him. Houston's offense already at the line, set to get going. We have not seen much on offense here from either side these last few drives. We've hit a wall, so to speak.
And have hit it hard, haven't we? Because the defenses right now, they seem to be a step ahead, don't they? Beating them to the point of attack, beating them to the punch. These offensive guys, they're tinkering like crazy. What's it going to take to get back on track?
Yeah, both sides searching for adjustments. Here's Stroud. And he whips that one incomplete there.
Well, to say that this has not been his game, is probably a big understatement. I mean, he is all over the place. Mechanics are off, not accurate, except if you're playing on defense, because they picked off a good number of passes.
Yeah, all the INTs, but they're throwing it off his back foot. Pressure coming, just chucking it downfield. He can't do that right now.
No, you can't do that at all. And I think one of the hardest things for a guy having a day like this one is to find a way to just kind of get out of it, kind of get yourself back to neutral. Because what you try and do is make even more spectacular plays to make up for it, and it usually leads to more bad ones.
The Texans send the punter out as he's on to punt for the first time this afternoon. He was called on 3 times in the win last week as his first one here's away. And no return here. Where will they spot it? They say just outside the 20-yard line. Lawrence bringing the Jaguars up 1st and 10 at their own 21. They'll try and start this drive in the air. Looking middle, and that's complete. And just 3 yards on the catch there. He couldn't get away. And that'll bring up 2nd down.
2nd and 7 at the 24-yard line.
Easy, route.
On the counter, ETN. Yeah, this will be a gain of 5 as he gets it to the 30.
Brandon, all things considered, they have to feel pretty good about getting that type of a gain, considering the blitz that they just had against them.
3rd down and 1. They'll run with ETN. Boy, no chance as he was met and dropped behind the line there. A loss of a yard, and it brings up 4th.
I'll tell you what, this defense hasn't played its best, but they're still right in this football game. If they keep making plays just like that, they're going to give their offense a chance.
So they're forced to punt on 4th as this one's away. No returning this one. It sails out of bounds, and they'll spot it right at the 20. The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. And our game's hit a little bit of a lull here, a little bit of a snag. Punts on back-to-back drives.
And old school coaches don't necessarily mind that. Didn't turn it over, right? Didn't create a big play for the other team. Right now what you're looking for is, can you gain an advantage in field position? And that's what both teams are seeking right now.
Yeah, they'll be seeking to gain that advantage here on this drive. A 2nd down pass play there, but it's incomplete. A misconnection there. He's hit on just 50% of his passes thus far. That's not where you want to be.
Now you see the evolution of the game. You go back to the quarterbacks of old, 50% would be terrific because they threw the ball downfield almost every time they threw it. Now with the short passing game, you should be above 60% just to be in the average range.
Stroud on 3rd down now. That one complete. It's Tank Dell. And he's going to be taken down about a yard shy of the 1st at the 29.
A gain of 6 yards. It's 4th down.
An audible here to get a new look. Fourth down. Here's Stroud. And they're going to try the screen. It's complete. And he'll be taken down, but he does have 1st down yardage. So a moment to catch our collective breath after the 4th down conversion. So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this 2nd half. Here's 1st and 10. And they'll go play action here with Stroud. Finding Mixon here again on back-to-back plays. And he'll be brought down right around the 37. It'll go down as a gain of 6. And it'll be second down. One thing I think that's safe to say defensively, the tackling's been really good.
And because of that, it's been very, very hard for them to move the ball because you're not getting the benefits of run after catch. They're tackling them almost on the spot. That means you have to run extra plays, harder to move it.
Here goes Stroud again. This goes out wide for Mixon. He's across midfield, and he'll get this down to the 39-yard line. The catch and run, good for 24 yards. The drive continues as they search for a tying touchdown. Here's 1st and 10. Stroud. That's complete. It's Collins. So 5 yards here, 5 on the play, and it's second down.
A gain of 5 brings up 2nd and 5 at the Jaguars' 34-yard line.
Let's go now.
Stroud to throw it. Being chased out left. And he will slide to a stop. He does have the first down. A nice pickup there of 11 yards, and it'll move the sticks.
They're not out of it yet, but in order to come back, they need him to play clean football the rest of the way. He makes the correct read there, passing on challenging a blanket coverage and getting the first down with his legs instead.
He's able to work free for about 6 down to the 18.
That's a strong pickup right there on first down. And as this drive goes on, we're seeing an offensive line and running game imposing its will.
Back to Mixon on second down. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. It'll be a loss of a couple on the play, so now 3rd down coming up.
Well, partner, I guess sometimes it's just a matter of philosophy. Some say run it until they absolutely stop you, and others say, well, when you think they're about to stop you, fool them a little bit. I guess they should have tried to fool them on that play.
The Texans on 3rd down, lacking much success, just 2 for 7 to this point. This is 3rd and 7. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked off by Tyson Campbell. And the Jags will take over here at their own 12-yard line.
Well, it's not the first time we've seen him give one up here during his rookie season. And in this case, zone coverage forced the mistake. He's made some strides week to week in how he's handling the different type of coverages that he's seeing. But clearly, there's some growing still to do.
Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. They get the crucial turnover, just huge, but now they've got the football deep in their own territory, and you got to be careful because if you give it right back, there goes your lead.
Have to be extremely happy with their defense. They received a gift. That takeaway, even though they're deep in their own territory, now they have the football. And you know there's always that alpha on defense, that grouchy guy. Forget what the coaches said. I'll guarantee you, he told the quarterback, we just took care of you. Now you take care of us.
On first down, right back to ETN. And he gets forward up the middle, but only for a couple. It'll be second down. Now the objective there, I mean, yes, the positive gain, that's nice, but work some clock.
Yeah, you're exactly right. But the problem for them is still within a possession. So they can't just sit on it running the ball. They'll have to find a way to throw it effectively as well.
They'll break the huddle, come up on 2nd and 8 at the 27-yard line. And the slot man goes in motion left. A snap to Lawrence as he taps this forward. And they're able to get this one across the 35. 11 yards there for Jacksonville and a first down as well. Just a simple tap pass, but it pays off in a big way.
And sometimes the simple stuff causes the most problems for a defense because there's a breakdown in communication there. When that receiver goes behind the line of scrimmage and it looks like he's going in motion, someone either has to go with him or he has to be passed off to another defender. Somehow they didn't get that communicated well, and it turned into a nice play.
Take right open.
On 1st and 10, it's Lawrence. Under pressure, and the Texans able to get in there for the sack. Jalen Petrie picking up the sack on a safety blitz.
Now that was a passer's nightmare. The front door totally shut down by the defense, so he kept going backwards, hoping to find another avenue of escape. It didn't exist.
Now then, after the sack, it'll be interesting to see what they have planned for 2nd and 23. Now Lawrence to throw. They'll try and set up the screen to ETN. And past the 40 before he's out of bounds.
I wonder what was going through his mind when he got the play call. He just got sacked on the previous play. He knows they're coming after him again. A little bit of guts to stand in there, take the hit, and successfully complete the screen pass. Really well done.
One of the bigger plays in the game thus far. The crowd getting into it as we come up on a big 3rd down. Lawrence. That's going to be caught by Kirk. 4th quarter, down to the final 2 minutes, and we've got a 1-score game. So it's Jaguar football here as we welcome you back. They're looking at a 4th down now as they try to hold on to this lead for dear life. Here's Logan Cook now as he's on for the 5th time here today. And the kick's away as he angles this one for the sideline. And this one will not be returnable as it sails out of bounds. They'll come up 1st and 10 here.
Cowboy 80.
Mixon gets the nod to start the drive. And he is brought down at the 22 after a gain of 2. And it brings up 2nd down. Now Stroud. Connecting with Mixon. And they'll take him down at the 31-yard line. Plenty of time and 2 timeouts still at their disposal. 1st and 10 here. Stroud to throw it. Sliding out of the pocket. And he gets this up across the 35 before he's out of bounds.
I think the defense surprised him there without blitz on 1st down, but give him credit. Stayed cool under pressure and still found a way through the extra rushers for positive yardage. Well done.
Stroud. And that's complete to Brown.
They're clearly saving those timeouts, but they still have to work with some urgency to put themselves in the right position.
Here's Stroud. That's caught by Diggs. And he's going to get out of bounds with the 1st down. So that's going to double their pleasure for sure. They get the 1st and save a timeout. Working the sideline there. Good route, good catch. 1st down, and he gets out of bounds.
Yeah, you have to like the play calling because you have to run some guys down the middle of the field to draw some of the defenders away. They can't just let them guard the sideline exclusively. That's how it's going to work. Sidelines and incompletions to use the clock.
18, tight end.
Stroud looks to throw. That's caught by Davis. And they move this all the way down to the 9. Here's 1st and goal. They'll give it to Mixon. And the stop will come inside the 5 at the 4. Now the Texans will use one of their 2 remaining timeouts as they get it with 16 seconds remaining on the clock.
It's largely been the air attack that's gotten them down here, but now's where you start to lean on that running game. That's a good pickup there on 1st and goal.
2nd and goal from inside the 5. Mixon. Going to take this down just short of the goal line. He got 3, but could not get the ball over the chalk.
And Brad, they went to a nickel defense, and that's a surprise this close to the goal line because ordinarily you use the back end of the end zone, the sidelines as extra defenders, and you want bigger people on the field to try and help against the run.
Here we go.
3rd down and goal coming up here. Mixon trying to punch it in. And he is across and in for the score. And now they can tie the game in the final stages with the extra point.
Or they can go for 2 and go for the win.
And now the decision is to go for 2. A gutsy call, and this, in effect, is your ball game right here. And that's caught at the 2. And he will not get into the end zone. The defense makes the stop of the game on the 2-point try, and they might just get out of here with a win after all. So now with little time remaining, they'll have this and maybe one more play. And this is going to be recovered by the hands team. And that should just about put a capper on this one. They had to go for it with no timeouts remaining, though now this one's as good as over.
They gave it an effort. They tried their best, did everything they could to try and get the ball on the onside kick. You're exactly right. They had to try it. It was their only option. And now this game is done. Just take it, kneel, and call it a day.
So this will be a win for Jacksonville. And it was a bit of a strange game. They were held scoreless through the entire second half, but their first half output, that's enough to carry them to victory.
And that's an odd game to watch, isn't it? Because when we saw the output in the first half, you think to yourself, okay, they've got something working here. They know what they're doing. They'll continue that along. But instead, it's goose eggs in the second half. Fortunately, enough of a cushion and enough defense to carry them home.
So for Jacksonville, they move.
Next up, the Tampa Bay Buccaneers are on the clock. On the clock now, it's the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. On the clock now, the Detroit Lions. The Tampa Bay Buccaneers are on the clock. It's the Detroit Lions now on the clock. The Mounties are on the clock. The Las Vegas Raiders are on the clock. The Chiefs are on the clock. The Golden Eagles are on the clock. And now, on the clock, it's the Arizona Cardinals. With the next pick, the Kansas City Chiefs are now on the clock. The Minnesota Vikings, now on the clock. The Arizona Cardinals are now on the clock. With the next pick, the Miami Dolphins are on the clock. Now on the clock, the San Francisco 49ers. The Kansas City Chiefs, now on the clock. It's the Bucks now on the clock. The New York Jets on the clock now. The Caps are now on the clock. With the next selection, it's the Pittsburgh Steelers. With the next selection, the Falcons are on the clock. It's the New Orleans Saints now on the clock. On the clock now, the Kansas City Chiefs. The Chiefs are on the clock. The Huskies are now on the clock. On the clock now, the New Orleans Saints. The Baltimore Ravens now on the clock. The Minnesota Vikings are now on the clock. With the next pick, the Raiders are on the clock. Now on the clock, the Rams. Now the Seattle Seahawks are on the clock. With the next selection, the Saints are on the clock. Next up, the Tampa Bay Buccaneers are on the clock. With the next selection, the Lions are on the clock. Now we turn to the Eagles. They're on the clock. Next up, the Titans are on the clock. The Mounties are on the clock. Now on the clock, it's the Las Vegas Raiders. With the next pick, the Kansas City Chiefs are now on the clock. The Cardinals on the clock now. Next up, the Cleveland Browns are on the clock. On the clock now, the New England Patriots. The Detroit Lions now on the clock. On the clock now, it's the Miami Dolphins. The Buffalo Bills are now on the clock. The 49ers on the clock now. It's the Carolina Panthers now on the clock. The New Orleans Saints are now on the clock. On the clock now, it's the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. On the clock now, it's the Atlanta Falcons. The Los Angeles Rams are up. They're on the clock. The Chicago Bears are now on the clock. Up next, the Philadelphia Eagles are on the clock. It's the New Orleans Saints, now on the clock. On the clock now, the Los Angeles Rams. The Baltimore Ravens are on the clock now. Next up, the Patriots are on the clock. The Las Vegas Raiders now on the clock. The Jaguars are on the clock now. On the clock now, the Seattle Seahawks. On the clock now, the New Orleans Saints. The Los Angeles Rams now on the clock. On the clock now, the Detroit Lions. On the clock now, the Chicago Bears. It's now the Arizona Cardinals selection. They're on the clock. Next up, it's the Seahawks on the clock. The Kansas City Chiefs now on the clock. The Golden Eagles are on the clock. And now, on the clock, it's the Arizona Cardinals. The Cleveland Browns are now on the clock. It's the Detroit Lions now on the clock. The Arizona Cardinals are now on the clock. On the clock now, the Buffalo Bills. The San Francisco 49ers are now on the clock. The Carolina Panthers now on the clock. With the next selection, the Saints are on the clock. With the next selection, the New York Jets. Now on the clock, the Texans. It's the Steelers now on the clock. The Atlanta Falcons are now on the clock. The Tampa Bay Buccaneers are on the clock. It's the Bears now on the clock. On the clock now, the Houston Texans. The Seattle Seahawks are now on the clock. On the clock now, the Baltimore Ravens. The New England Patriots are now on the clock. It's the Dallas Cowboys now on the clock. Now on the clock, the Rams. It's the Bucks now on the clock. The Los Angeles Rams are up. They're on the clock. And now on the clock, the Minnesota Vikings. The Jaguars are on the clock. It's the Tennessee Titans now on the clock. The Mounties are on the clock. The Las Vegas Raiders are on the clock. On the clock now, the Kansas City Chiefs. The Golden Eagles are on the clock. The Cardinals on the clock now. The Houston Texans are now on the clock. The Philadelphia Eagles on the clock now. On the clock now, the Houston Texans. It's now the Arizona Cardinals selection. They're on the clock. It's now the San Francisco 49ers pick. They're up. On the clock now, it's the Los Angeles Chargers. The Caps are now on the clock. The Pittsburgh Steelers are now on the clock. It's the Atlanta Falcons now on the clock. Next up, the Tampa Bay Buccaneers are on the clock. The Chicago Bears are on the clock now. The Chicago Bears are now on the clock. Next up, the Jets are on the clock. Now on the clock, the Giants. With the next selection, the Ravens are on the clock. It's the New England Patriots, now on the clock. With the next pick, the Raiders are on the clock. On the clock now, the Jacksonville Jaguars.